Hello, everybody. I'm going to do something a little bit different today, something I wanted to do for a while. And instead of taking a look at a video, I'm going to do a very in depth analysis of a reported Sasquatch vocalization. Now, I picked this one up over NVTV, and you can say anything you want to about them. But one thing that's great about NVTV is that they put up everything. They don't care whether it's obviously fake or it might be real. They just put it up there and they let you decide. So they got a lot of interesting content over there, and this is one of them. Now, supposedly it was taken in a horse camp somewhere up, I believe, in the Pacific Northwest. The guy's out walking around with his video camera, and he's recording his horses who seem to be distressed about something, and he ends up capturing something quite remarkable. So I'm going to play one of the horse sounds, and then you'll hear a vocalization that is pretty interesting. So here we go.
The hell was that?
Okay, that's a pretty interesting sound. Okay, so here's this entire sequence of sound loaded up into my audio software. Now, this is a very interesting piece of visualization here because you have several distinct sounds, several distinct creatures. You have the purported Sasquatch vocalization here. You have 3 horse calls here, here, and here, and of course you have a human here. And it's really nice to have all these in there for a direct comparison of what we might be seeing here. Now, what you're seeing here, obviously from left to right, is time. All right, from bottom to top is frequency ascending from 0 all the way up to about 12,000 hertz, and the brightness of these lines you see right here represents volume. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to loop the suspected vocalization real quick and let you take a listen to that. And here it is. Now that little spike you heard in there, that's this right here. That's just a mechanical transient probably caused by the cameraman smacking his lips or something. But what's really interesting here is that, here's our suspected vocalization. Okay. Now, the creatures on the left and right, this is a horse over here. You have its bass frequencies, which is right about here, and you have harmonics both above and below. But in our suspected Sasquatch, all you're really seeing is that the bass frequency is right down here below 1,000 kilohertz. Our human is right here. He's right here about 2,000 kilohertz. You have all kinds of mechanical noise from him breathing and smacking his lips and stuff. That's down below it and above it. He also has, characteristics of the human with the characteristic harmonics of a human voice up here. I mean, those are the things that we can see and are pretty obvious in this. But there's some other things in here that aren't so obvious and are kind of buried. And one of them is what might possibly be a wood knock buried back under here, underneath this horse vocalization here, and I'll play it for you, let it loop a few times and see if you can hear it. Okay, and there's another thing over here. After our human says, "What the hell is that?" or whatever it is he says, there's a little vocalization out here that might possibly be either a return call or an owl. It's very faint. I'm going to try to isolate it as best I can. I'll let you listen to it and see if you can hear it. Right about there. Like I said, it's very faint. Let me play the whole spectrum for you, make it a little bit easier to hear. Right there. Like I said, it's very faint, very hard to hear. It very well could be an owl off in the distance. Well, to be honest, I am not huge on Sasquatch sounds in and of themselves as being proof of any kind of activity. However, every once in a while you'll hear one that makes you think, And this is, for me, this is one of them. Just because of the frequency response that's being recorded right here, it's much lower than anything else around it. Definitely lower than the human frequency, the bass frequency, which is right about here. Definitely lower than the horse frequencies. So, like I said, I've spent about 2 weeks working on this, trying to, dig around and try to find audio recordings of all known recorded animals in the United States. And, I couldn't find anything that even come close to matching that. Now, again, that's not conclusive. like I said earlier, with the availability of software out there, just shareware like Audacity and a few others, you could take something and lower the frequency and add reverb and make it sound all full and make it sound very convincing. But I think it would be a long shot for this one. Now, I'm not going to come out and say, yeah, it's a Bigfoot, or yeah, it's not a Bigfoot. I'll let you make your own determination on that. This will be the first in a series of other audio recordings I'm going to take a look at here over the next few weeks. This one, for me, to me, this sounds real. All right, I'm just going to come out and say it. I mean, it's like I said, it's inconclusive. You have to make your own decision on this, but I think it sounds pretty good. There'll be another one coming up here shortly in the next few days, which I know for a fact is not real, but I'll get to that one here in a few days. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. Have a good day.